Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to what is today us going through and having a look at those must-get summer items, and we are kicking off over at Join Event Hub. There are some treasure hunts you can go and do. I'm pretty sure we've covered those in previous videos. There's also the seasonal shop, of course. There are plenty of shops here that you can go and have a little look at. We will be taking a look at monster drops, boss drops, merge shops, etc. All that come back with that seasonal tag. There may be a couple of rare items thrown in that will also come across on our adventures. Anyway, funny story with this. I was going through making the video and I was about halfway through and I realised, bugger, I did this last year. So this may be a bit of a cut and paste exercise with the new map added in, and you know what, I'd recorded so much of it I thought I've just got to upload it at this point. We've pretty much got to the end of Valencia's shop now, and the only other thing to mention shop wise is that Ghost also has got some items for you that you can have a little flick through. As you can see, some of it is free player, including a free player armor within there, so could be worth picking up something if there's anything you like. Importantly though, some of the monsters here do have drops. The Solar Elemental does drop you the plushies. The Shark has a whole host of different surfboards that you're able to go and pick up, so could be worth your trouble. And then lastly, you also have the Bacon Catzard, worth mentioning, very, very important. That Susmorph, in fact both Susmorphs will be going rare, so if you're watching this next year, they will not be available anymore. Okay, Join Ghost Beach is up next, and we're going to have a look at the two different sets of boss drops that you're able to get here. Now, as you can see, the first monster you come across has got quite a long drop list. I'm not going to lie to you, there's a lot of different armors in here. You got a few weapons, but crucially, loads of different helms. So if you are someone who wants to go along, collect up all these items, because as you can see, every single thing in here is AC tag, including some flip-flops apparently. I totally forgot there was even flip-flops attached to this. I must say though, when we move on to the next monster in this area, there is not quite as many drops as this, so this is definitely the one they seem to add the majority of things to. Whether any of those have been added as daily gifts, it's totally a potential outcome, so always with these, if there's anything you really like when you see this video go out, just go and grab it. You never know what's going to go rare. The next room into the map has this Wisteria type boss, and as you can see, the drop list, as we said, is quite a bit smaller. You can get the swimwear gear essentially for Wisteria, so if that's a set you'd like to pick up, it's AC tagged yet again. Over to Join a Burning Beach, where we're going to have a look at some more drops. These sharks have very similar drops to the sharks we saw earlier, but there's also a beaching surfboard and an electric fan that you're able to pick up. Heading in further, you'll find yourself one version of the boss. So this is the non-ultra version, and as you can see, there is the beach hut house, and yes, that is probably one of the must-get items that you really want to be picking up, especially if you want a really cool summer-themed house to kit out. There is actually another one we're going to touch on towards the end of the video a little later on, which is the sunset house. I say towards the end, it's literally right at the end. Yet again though, this is a boss with an absolute heck ton of items, many of them along the slightly more memey route, but they could be an option when it comes to creating some sort of summer themed set. I really like the Thunderborn battle gear. That is one of my favourite armors that drops off of that one. And then you do, as I said, have the ultra version. Go back to the NPC in order to teleport there. Similar drops, quite a lot of rare ones in there. As we always say, if it's green and rare, you can't get it, so ignore those ones. But there is this inflatable Dragon Slayer set. If there is one thing I know about people, and I know some things about people, an inflatable Dragon Slayer ticks many a box. So if you want to put some rubber rings on that look like dragons, then that is where you can grab it from. Next up, we are over at Join Friki Tiki, and again, this one is just going to be a case of looking at some drops. The Treant drops that. If you want a light on a stick, then that's entirely up to you. And then we've got two different versions of the meme Hanno boss. As you can see, you can get this weapon and kind of tiki head thing, and if you head a bit further in, there is a version of the monster right at the end with a lot more health, and that's where you can get yourself your very own Friki Tiki bar, the armor on screen, and also a slightly more pimped up flaming torch. Over at Join at Coral Beach, the only thing you have to see here is this merge shop. The merge shop requires moonrock fragments from the Lunar Cove map, but we're going to be going there in just a moment's time, so do not panic about that just yet. But as you can see, a mixture of free player and member items. Nothing in here really has an AC tag, sadly, so if you really want something, it will use up some of your storage. And as we said, Lunar Cove, very similar thing. This is the map where you can get your moon rock fragments dropping from the monsters in the area, and as you can see, we've got some wolf gear, spinning star helms, and all sorts going on there. If you head through to the room on the left, This Island Gale has actually got a couple of drops that you're able to grab. There is this kind of hairstyle and also a swimsuit. So, there you go. Next up is Lava Rock Shore or Lava Rock Bay, wherever you prefer to go. They're both very similar. You crucially have the Lava Rock merge full of AC tag gear, but this is the map where you can get some of your end game farms. We have got a variant of the Blinding Light of Destiny. We also have a variant of the Blade of Ore. And yes, you guessed it, this is where you can pick up the Burning Sword of Doom. We'll quickly show you the 3 previews of those. You will, of course, need their other version, just the bog standard ones of the weapons, in order to go through and farm for these. Our next map is going to be Sunset Dunes. This is our latest one, and really, this video should just have been updating with the newest maps, but we've kind of ended up covering everything for the reasons we said about earlier. But yes, as you can see, Sunset Treasures is the merge shop right here. There is loads of AC tag gear that you can pick up. Some really nice Phoenix gear, so if you're someone who likes gold items, then this shop has, well, plenty of gold items. There is also a boss monster, and believe it or not, the boss does have a couple of drops that we're able to look at. So it is specifically 3 different weapons. We have got the blade, or the Golden Firebird's blade. You've got the dual version, which is sadly legend only, and also a spear to top it off. Next up, we're at Join Summer Break. There's loads of different shops that BloD has. My personal favourite is probably the surf one, but that's just because I like the look of the surfboards. But, you know, have a little look through those in your spare time in case there's anything you'd like to pick up. Most of those, though, will all be seasonal items, if not every single one of them. Some of the NPCs do have quests that have got items being received at random, often full-blown armour sets, etc. So definitely worth checking these out if you haven't ever had a little look in here. And Gravelin has got this Lifeguard Shadow Scythe themed set that you're able to pick up. The 4 monsters we're going to be looking at, first of all, is this ice cream cone, and as you can see, the Mirage, or however heck we're meant to say that, has got yourself some house items that we can get. There is a nice little surfboard, as well as this rune, and then we got some hairs and a pastel outfit to look at as well. Before we move on to our next monster in this area, which very specifically is going to be the Banana Split. And as you can see, Banana Split has got plenty and plenty of items. More flip-flops. I am noticing a trend with flip-flops at the moment. Legendary Twilly surfboard, that is a really nice one, and again, plenty of different bits of armor and some, I don't know, we're going to call that a Gucci bag. I guess that's essentially what that is. We also have the static surfboard, as well as some nice little storage containers if you are going on, I don't know, a beach picnic or something in game. I don't know if people do that. I'm sure somewhere someone has done that, so if that is you, then you can get yourself a new cooler bag. Ice cream sharks are our next target, and these ones again drop you a wide variety of items. We can't flick through this one because this monster is duplicated and the website don't like it, but long list of drops. Happy farming if you would like to pick up any of those. There is also the cyborg sharks, which have got Hollowborn gear. I know, I don't really know why the Hollowborn gear was thrown into a cyborg shark, but if you would like some lay items, a birthday cake, a plushie, or the Hollowborn kindness blade, that is where you're able to pick it up from. Now, our next map is going to be Blazing Beach, where, yes, as you can see, we have got the Blazing Beach merge shop. There is also a boss monster we're going to go along to in just a moment's time, and a couple other monsters that do also have some weapon drops that you may fancy quickly farming for. So this pirate right where you spawn in, it does drop you those 2 type sickle type blades. I don't really know what I want to call them. There is a red hot raider right here as well, and this one does have a couple of katanas that you can pick up. And then lastly, and certainly not least, is Magma Blazebeard, and Magma Blazebeard has got a few bits and bobs. We've got some reverse blades. The Blazing Heart katanas look absolutely awesome. They're one of my favourite katanas, so definitely worth thinking about. And lastly is Join a Beach Party, and at Beach Party is this prize farming quest, and you have percentage drops of everything down to like 2% in here. But this is where not only can you get a crab costume, you can get the Burning Beach House or the Sunset Beach House. Anyway, it's right there, 2% drop rate, so definitely worth having a go if you'd like to pick it up. And there's loads of other quirky little items from that one right there. Anyway, folks, as always, thank you very much for watching. Please do leave the video a like, and of course subscribe, and I'll see you all again for another one incredibly soon.